then now I'm going to go and cheat. Yes, but kind of technically, yes. Technically, it is not really cheating though, because well, hello my lovely nestlings and welcome to my channel. If you are new, welcome. My name is Nikki. I'm 44 from the Netherlands. Hence the accent. And today, part 1 of my, well, Best of Beauty 2020. Yeah, the criteria for this year is that I have to have bought it this year or received it as a present this year, and that's the criteria. So yeah, made it a little bit easier to choose. You will see this makeup look throughout the entire 5-part series, because yeah, it's a 5-part series. Maybe I will feel fancy and change up the sweater, because technically Christmas is over, but I don't know if I feel fancy. We shall see. I don't know. But today we are going to start with my base and brows. I like the sound of that. Let's just start with the first primer. And the first primer is a primer that I like in summer and in winter. It's this one from Be Your Own Desire. It's their universal illuminating primer. This is a very thin, I don't know if you can see it, but it's a very thin consistency that sinks in quickly. Now my skin type is normal, but it can be a little bit dry in winter and a little bit, well, basically sweaty, oilier, you know, in summer, in the heat of summer. And I like this all year round. This is one that I do want to reach for constantly. The only thing I don't really like it, I don't like if my face is too glowy. I just don't really like that. So I prefer this under a mattifying primer or a mattifying foundation. But yeah, on its own it's pretty as well. Now if you do like that overall glow, this could be something for you. And I think that it does not matter if you have, maybe if you have a very dry skin, you won't really like this. But yeah, basically kind of dry, too oily, I think you will really like this primer. So yeah, this was PR, by the way. I think it's the only thing that I got in PR in this round at least. So yeah, the next primer, let's go to this one, the Milk Hydro Grip. It is a favorite from a lot of people, I think. If you like the sticky consistency that is now, that is something that I really like, especially in summer, because this was my summer favorite, or one of the summer favorites that I had. This grips my makeup, and here sometimes foundation has trouble sticking, especially in summer. This really gripped it, and it just kept my makeup in place for a very nice time. It gave me also kind of, and that was the fun thing that I saw, if I combined it with a more mattifying foundation or a more matte, basically, I know, satin finish foundation, it kind of gave a little bit of a luminosity from within. I really like this primer. The other one that was, well, basically the same level as the Milk Hydro Grip is this one, the X Revolution Hydra Fix. I did a video comparing the two. There is, yeah, maybe I can see a difference if I look in my 10 times magnifying mirror. Does that say enough? Otherwise, if you just look like that, there is no difference. There is almost no difference in how they feel. Maybe the Milk one is a tad stickier. Both hydrate, both grip my makeup, both keep them on where it's supposed to be. So if you have trouble getting a hold of the Milk one, or you just think it's too expensive, try the one from X Revolution, because trust me, they are not identical, but very close in how they perform and how they look on the skin. Okay, next I'm going to go to, yeah, basically next is foundation, kinda, but also color corrector. So let's then start with color corrector, because I can. I have, well, basically recently started doing, I have tried color correcting before, but I did not really know how to use it. So I thought that they did not do what they were supposed to do, because I could still see, I thought it needed to be a full coverage. That's what I thought. Now I know better. So I have recently started color correcting again, and I really like it. And the one that I use is this one from Makeup Revolution. It's the Conceal and Correct in Peach. You only need a little, and I concentrated here, and it just covers everything very well. I like the fact that it is a doe foot, and it's just tap and then then that is enough. This is going to last me so long, guys. It's just, yeah, I almost don't need to set it either. I really like this. Granted, it's the only one that I have, but I wanted to mention it in this video anyway. Okay, let's go to foundations next. And the foundation, I have 3 here. Let's start with this one from Revolution Pro, the CC Perfecting Foundation. I think it is so pretty on the skin. It reminds me a little bit of the It CC cream, only this is not scented and it does not have... yeah, it's not scented and it's a lot cheaper. The only kind of weird thing is the shades. You really need to check the swatches. Now I have here the shade F5, which is... what is it, light medium with a golden undertone, but it's almost peachy. I don't know, it's when I compare it to my neck is more yellow than my face. So I also have the shade F6.5, which is, let me grab it. The shade F6.5 is way paler and very yellow. So usually I mix the two. And normally in their foundation shades I am F6, but they don't have that, or at least they didn't when I bought this, but I don't think they still have it. But I kind of hope that they will expand their shade range with their normal range as well, because it is just such a good foundation. One pump is enough. Yeah, is usually enough to cover my whole face if I sheer it out a little bit more. If I want more coverage, one and a half pump is all I need. And it's just a beautiful foundation, very comfortable on the skin. I usually do want to powder it though, but I don't mind it. I think it is a very nice product. Then the next one, which is actually a new one in my collection, is this one from Essence. It's the Pretty Natural Hydrating Foundation with hyaluronic and aloe vera. I have the shade 60 Neutral Honey. I am light to medium and a little bit lighter now than medium. And I can make this work now. This is such a unique foundation for me, at least. The first time that I tried it, I didn't try it with a primer because I kind of want to see how it performs on its own, you know. It felt sticky, so it almost felt like a combination between a foundation and then a Hydro Grip primer. It gripped my face. I do want to set it usually, but I don't necessarily have to, because the foundation, it sticks to your skin and it doesn't really move. Again, usually I do want to set it, and I kind of do, especially if I'm going to wear a mask. This wears beautifully underneath a mask, by the way. The only thing is though, that this is a maximum of a medium coverage. Usually when I use this, it is maybe a light, slightly medium coverage. If I want more coverage, I can build it up, but I don't really like it because I feel like it feels a little bit too heavy on my skin then. So usually if I need to build it up in certain places, I just grab a concealer. But this is just such a pretty foundation, very pretty on older skin. If you like a lighter coverage, this is definitely a contender for you. And again, I have the shade 60. Now I'm going to go and cheat. Yes, but kind of technically, yes. Technically, it is not really cheating though, because I said I need to have bought it in 2020. Didn't I? Yes. See what I did there? Because I cannot do this video without showing you my... It's basically my holy grail foundation. This is the foundation that I have repurchased over and over again, that I have currently in my collection in 3 shades, that I want in my collection always. It is my all-time favorite foundation, and it's the Catrice HD. I have currently the shade 30, which is a good match for me. So maybe you can kind of then, if you are 30 in this one, shade 60 will kind of work for you as well. In the Essence one, this is just such a pretty foundation. In summer, in winter I usually don't even have to set this. I can build it up, I can sheer it out, I can use it as basically a spot thing. I can mix it with an oil, I can mix it with a primer if I want to. I can, yeah, it's just such a good foundation. It really is. Okay, now let's next then go to... I have to name this one, and it's basically the same kind of thing. I bought another shade. I bought this shade in 2020. See what I did there? we're going to go to concealers now. And I have two favorite concealers. One is the Catrice One Drop. I think you can get this in the US now. I think this is the shade 10, but I'm actually not sure because it has rubbed off. This is just such a beautiful concealer, especially now. This is just such a light and thin texture, but it is very full coverage. I do want to set this in summer a lot of the time though, but that's probably also because in summer, yeah, my face is a little bit more sweaty and more a heavier layer of sunscreen is underneath. So yeah, I do want to set this. So I have actually recently pulled it back out again. I love this one, but also the next one to combine with the one from Essence because they work beautifully together. But yeah, the One Drop weightless coverage, it is truly weightless. And if you have older skin or if you have drier under eyes, you don't need to set this. I think this is, but also if you have oily under eyes, I think that you will like this because it is such a thin light texture, you know. Then the next one, which has come out this year, it's a new concealer and I have been using this ever since I got this, and again works beautifully with all the foundations that I have here, and that is the Essence or the Catrice True Skin concealer. High coverage, waterproof. This now I don't really have to set, so it is a self-setting one without drying out my under eyes too much. This one has a doe foot. It's a very nice full coverage concealer, but the texture is a little bit thicker. It is not as thick as this one, but it is thicker than the One Drop. And yeah, I do really like this concealer as well. I usually don't even have to set it. A lot of the time I can just, you know, tap it out extra here where I have the most creasing and then be done for the day. It's just, it's great. Okay, then we are going to go to brows. Let's start with this one because I don't use this one anymore, but it was a favorite for a very long time this year, and that was the Douglas Brow Definer Brow Mascara. I really like this. Before I started with the Soap Brow, this I used every single day. Yeah, this is actually the second one because I ran out of one. I finished one up. This is the second one that I don't really use now anymore because I'm using Soap Brow. So yeah, if I don't use Soap Brow on a day that I just don't feel like it, this is very nice. Or sometimes in summer, because in summer that's the downside of the Soap Brow. In summer, when it is very hot, and especially a little bit hot and humid, the soap almost does not want to set itself because it's too warm. And then I grab this one again to give a little bit of extra grip in my brows. Then let's next go to, yeah, I bought this I think last week. The brow product pencil. I mentioned this in last year's favorites as well. This is the one that I use. This is the one that I will always use as long as my hair is this color, my natural color. It's the one from Catrice, the Slimmatic Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. I have the shade Cool Brown. This has been repurchased now, I don't know, I lost count, but this is the one that I use, especially combining it with the Soap Brow. It just works beautifully. For Soap Brow, I have two to show you. Let's show you the one that I used first, and that's this one. Sorry for the shine. From Revolution. It's their Soap Brow Styler. It comes with a brush, and then here is the soap inside. It's a very nice product. Very nice. I hit pan. I have used it a ton, and it was my favorite until I got in the one that I'm using now. And the one that I'm using now is actually from AliExpress. It's a brow styler. Did it come with a... I don't even remember if it came with a spoolie. I think it did. It's a very nice tin. I am going to repurchase this one when I run out. Yes, I know that I can technically get just a big bar of soap, but this is very convenient. It's very small. I love the tin it comes in as well. This one, in my opinion, is better than the one from Makeup Revolution because I want my brows plastered to my head, and this sets better. I need a little less, so the soap itself is a little bit more of a, I don't know, a harder soap consistency or something like that than the one from Revolution. I will link it down below. If you don't want to order from AliExpress, the one from Revolution is definitely a good alternative. Apparently they are emptying something right now outside. I don't exactly know what, but I need to close off the video. This was it for episode 1 of my Best of Beauty 2020. Yes, let me go to the site and give a special thank you to my members that you will see scrolling on the screen right now. If you want to become a member, there is a link to join in the description box. The next episode is, what did I call it again? Sculpt and Blush. It's my cream products for the face. So if you want to know my favorite cream blushes and all that, make sure that you have hit the subscribe button, because that video will go online tomorrow. This was it for today. The first episode of my Best of Beauty 2020. Let me know some of your favorites down below, and if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down in the comment section below. I'm going to wish you a fantastic day, a fabulous evening. May your foundation always match your neck, and I will see you very soon in my next one. Bye guys.